If you go to the bathroom during these 90 minutes, it could cost you a lot of money. All right? So I want you to be in the room. I want you to be focused on what we're going to do. I'm going to start off on the stage, and I will go through a couple of slides to give you the context. And then I'm going to walk down into the audience, and we're going to actually build a Blue Diamond team with some of you in these chairs, okay? I'll show you so that you can see how it works. And those that are in front and those that are behind, I don't care if you get out of your chairs and come look and get closer to what we do so you can understand it, okay? So it takes a little bit of time, but I find that this is the best way for new people to understand the compensation plan. Now, the compensation plan is the roadmap, okay? The company sends us messages through the compensation plan. They try to tell us the activities that they want us to engage in because of the compensation plan. And so we need to understand, what are those messages? What is Nu Skin trying to tell us that they want us to do? And if we do those things, then we get the money. If we don't do those things, we don't get the money. It's really simple, all right? So I want to tell you a quick story. Early in my working life, I worked at AT&T, the big phone company. And I was an account executive, which means I was a salesman. That's what I've been my whole life, a salesman, okay? And whether you know it or not, you're a salesperson. That's what you are. You're convincing people about everything. In fact, every parent is a salesperson to their children. Every parent, trying to show them, condition them, and help them, to make good choices in their lives. And so I was selling product, and AT&T would always change their commission structure. Every year, the company would decide, well, we want to sell more of these types of products instead of the other ones. And so they would put more commission on these products. And so for me, what I would do every year when they would publish their new products and their commissions for each product is I would take my support team. I had 4 people on my team, and we would go into a conference room at the office, and we would take the paper, the booklet that had all the products and all the commissions, and we would pull the staples out of the book and separate all the pages, and we would take tape, and we would tape every page to the wall of the conference room. And then we would sit down and start to read every paragraph, and we would see which products that AT&T was willing to pay the highest commission on. And those are the only products that my team would work on. We would say to ourselves, why would we sell the other products that have such low commissions? It makes no sense. For the same amount of effort and the same time, we can sell the high commission products. We can make 3 times more money in the same amount of time. And so every year, I would try to figure out how to do that. And of course, I was the top salesperson. I always generated the most commissions because I was trying to think about it before. So, having that story now in your mind, that will give you a little bit of an idea of what I did when I joined Nu Skin. So I come to Nu Skin from AT&T and then from my real estate business, okay? I consider myself a professional. I've gone to college, I've studied, I've got my business degree, I think I'm a professional, all right? When I joined Nu Skin, I sat down with my brother-in-law, who recruited me, and I said, Craig, I need to know where the commissions are. What is the best thing to do to get the highest commissions? That's what I need to know, so that I don't waste time. And so he told me something. And he said, Nathan, the whole key is to make executives. Make executives. That's the whole key to this business. And so today I'll show you why that's the case, all right? Before we go to the compensation plan, I want to show you the Japan convention. So this is the Japan convention. It's inside of the stadium, the Tokyo Dome. And we had about 30,000 people there last year. And I was a speaker at the convention for Nu Skin. And when I went to the convention in the morning, I was outside the venue, and I looked in front of the hotel, and this is what I saw. All of my downline team elites, who are $20 million circle members, they drove their Porsches and Ferraris and Compacts, and they put them all in front of the hotel. So that's what a Nu Skin convention looks like when you're 20 years old in the business, okay? Right here in Colombia, in 20 years from the opening day of this country, there will be many $5 million circle members, $10 million circle members, even 20 million circle members, okay? And you just want to make sure that you're okay, so there's two key words in network marketing. Two key words. Does anybody know what they are? Yes. Okay. Freedom. Freedom is the first one. Okay? This is why we do Nu Skin. So that someday we can live a different kind of life. We can have the time, freedom to do what we want, right? Time freedom, financial freedom, health freedom, anti-aging freedom, okay? Those are the freedoms that we gain in Nu Skin. How do we get freedom? How do we get it out of this company? How do we make it work, okay? It's duplication, absolutely right. So that's the second key word. Remember, everything you do will be duplicated by your downline, good or bad. Either way, all right? So what you want to do is be careful how you do the business. It's important how you do the business. Your personal execution of how you recruit, your attitude, the words you say to people will be duplicated by your downline. Your downline will listen to you say those words enough times, and they will start to say those same words. Last night, when we were doing the business briefing, did you listen to some of my words? There's very specific ways, phrases that I use when I try to describe Nu Skin to people, right? And those phrases, I hope you would think about them, copy them, make them your own, okay? My brother-in-law said to me, the first phone call, when he was trying to recruit me, he finally said during that phone call, Nathan, he said, I am going to move ahead with or without you. I'm going to make $100,000 a month whether you do this business or not. I stole those phrases. Do you know how many times I've said those words to other people all over the world? Thousands of times, thousands and thousands of times. I've sat down with people recruiting them, and they start to go, well, I don't know, I don't think this is for me, okay? And I just look them right in the eye and I say, Alvaro, you listen to me. I'm going to do this with or without you. I don't care if you come with me or not. I'm going to do it anyway. That makes people sit up straight, right? That lets them know that you don't need them. That this is not something that you have to have them help you with, okay? You know, you have the goal. They have nothing. They're working a stupid job, okay? They have nothing, okay? You're offering them the best thing that they could ever plug into, all right? So you have to have that attitude. My brother-in-law had the attitude that He didn't care if I was going to do it or not. You know, his success in Nu Skin didn't depend on me joining his downline. And no one person will ever make or break your Nu Skin business. It won't. You don't have to have anybody, okay? No one person that you think, well, if I can't recruit that person, then I'm done. That's ridiculous, okay? Your success in Nu Skin will be made up of lots of people over a long period of time. It doesn't depend on any one person, okay? So you have to have the right mindset. You need to teach that mindset to your team. You know, you need to duplicate that attitude. Okay, so everything will be duplicated, all right? The way you sponsor somebody, the way you sign them up is the way they will sign up their people. Okay? Does that make sense? If you say to people, just fill out the paperwork or just go online and sign up, you don't need to order anything, then what is that person going to do with their contacts? Well, just sign up. You don't need to order anything. And then the next person says, just sign up. You don't need to order anything. And then you've built a team with no volume, no leaders, no money, no success. Okay? So, the way you sign people up is important. Okay? If you sign people up with an LOI package, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to sign up their people with an LOI package. Okay? So you have to think about these things because everything you do is watched and duplicated. Okay? All right. So let's talk a little bit about compensation for just a moment. Okay, duplication happens to be the first principle of System 7. Okay? Let's talk about the system. System 7 is really simple. It's 7 things that we do every day. Okay? These things right here. 7 things we do every day. This is the workflow. This is what we do every day. And we duplicate that workflow. We set our goals. We make our list of contacts. We begin to invite those people, okay? We make presentations to those people. We follow up with those people. We get them started, okay? And then we teach them how to be a team player. And then what we do is we duplicate that again, and again, and again, and again. It's really a simple business. We do it over and over and over again. And we just keep doing it. We say the same thing. We teach the same principles over and over again until we're so sick of teaching the same thing and saying the same thing that we want to throw up. And then we go throw up, and we come back and we do it again and again and again and again. Okay? It's really simple. Okay? So we have the workflow, 7 things we do every day, and then we have over here the core habits. Okay? These are 7 things that we become over time. You won't do all of those the first day or the first month, maybe not even the first year. But those are the things you want to become. Those are the things that change you and make your business solid. All right? So that's the goal. In the middle is the event cycle. These are the events. And these events are crowned. Okay? The crowning event is Success Olympics. That's what we're doing right here this weekend. Okay? It starts off much smaller, doesn't it? One-on-one. One person talking to one person. Okay? And then we have business briefings. Okay? And then we have System 7 workshops. And we have regional meetings. And then we have Success Olympics. And then we have Nu Skin conventions. Okay? So we go from one person talking to one person into rooms of thousands. And the process is we increase people's belief as we increase their exposure to bigger and bigger and bigger meetings. When people come to a room like this, they can see hundreds of people. And they can look around and they can say, wow, this is a pretty sharp group. These people look like they're successful and they're success-oriented, you know? And we start to realize, wow, this is a great group of people to be part of, right? And this group will attract like people. That's the way it works. All right? So there's a process, okay? There's a strategy to even the event cycle. There's a strategy to this whole thing right here, okay? So in System 7 and in One Team Global, our job is to help everybody, right? But you don't have to help everybody in everything. It's not realistic for one of my sidelines to expect me to recruit all their people for them. That's not what it means to help each other, okay? It's your responsibility to do the workflow, right here, okay? This is you. You and your upline are responsible to do this every day. You are responsible to do this with your team every month, okay? This right here in the middle, this is where we help each other, okay? We help each other at trainings and meetings and big events, okay? That's how we support our sidelines in System 7, okay? So it doesn't mean that we do the work for you. You may have a friend that lives in Barcelona, Spain, and you call them on Skype and you tell them about Nu Skin, you send them to some websites, they watch a few videos, and then you say, I want you to attend a business briefing in Barcelona. And so you go on otg.global and you go to the Spain website and you find the meetings in Barcelona and you give that information to your friend in Barcelona and they are able to go to the business briefing, right? Right there. And when you send them to that meeting in Barcelona, you have a really good idea what is going to happen. Because business briefings are the same all over the world inside of One Team Global, right? It's pretty much the 5-point presentation like I did last night, right here. Okay? That's the same all over the world. So we have a system where you can build your business all over the world in different cities, different places. It's your job to do the workflow, to make the contact, to invite the person, to send them to the presentation, and your job to follow up and get them started. Right? Okay? It's your sideline's job to do a really good presentation in Barcelona to help you. You understand? Okay. All right, let's talk about compensation. There are 3 parts to the compensation plan. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to put 3 lines on the piece of paper right now. I want you to draw this with me. I want you to take this line, draw that line right there, and draw this line right here. Divide your paper in 3 parts. Okay? I cannot tell you how many times I have taken a piece of paper and drawn those 2 lines on it as I sat in front of a new person that I was recruiting to show them how the compensation plan worked. And I'm a little bit afraid that today in Nu Skin, we don't show the compensation plan enough. We don't show people how this leverage really works, okay? And it's a very powerful feature because the compensation plan is what creates the leverage that makes Nu Skin a different financial vehicle than anything else people are doing. Right? Okay. So, when I was in Nu Skin 20 years, I went back and I tried to make a calculation about how many times I had shown this compensation plan all over the world. How many times I had drawn it on a piece of paper, how many times I'd drawn this plan on a napkin in a restaurant, how many times I drew the plan on a tablecloth and ruined the tablecloth in the restaurant, how many times I had gone out and shown it on slideshows like this, okay? And it was way more than 10,000 times, okay? Now, you know I'm a $20 million circle member, right? So if you take 10,000 times of showing the compensation plan and you divide 20 million by 10,000 times, then you get $20,000. Sorry, $2,000. Okay, $2,000. If you got paid $2,000 every time you showed the compensation plan, every time you drew those lines on a piece of paper, how many times would you show the plan? Every day, how many times? That's how you have to think of it. You have to think of it that every time you can show the compensation plan, you're going to make $2,000. It may come a few years down the road, but you can make $2,000 every time you do that. That happened to me. Okay? All right. So 3 parts to the plan, right? This is the front end of the plan, right here. This is where you sign up as a distributor. And as a distributor, you get the right to do 2 things. 1, you can sell product to customers and make money. Number 2, you can sign up other distributors in your downline organization, and you can earn 5% commission on everything they buy from Nu Skin every month, as long as you are active. Okay? So that's how that works. That's the front end of the plan, right here. These 2 things. Okay. All of a sudden, you start to realize that there's people underneath your distributors. That your distributors start to enroll their own distributors. You start to realize that you don't get paid on that. You get nothing. They can buy a lot of product from Nu Skin, but if they're second level to you, you don't get any commission, right? Not until you become an executive. And when you become an executive, now you can get paid on your first level of distributors, and your second level of distributors, and your third level, and fourth level, and fifth level, and it goes to infinity. Okay? So, that's where you start to say, I need to qualify to become an executive. And so this is where you file your letter of intent with Nu Skin. You notify the company of your intent to become an executive. And they start to watch you in the computer. And they see if you meet the volume so that you can qualify for executive status, right? How do we meet the volumes? We get customers and we get distributors who use and consume Nu Skin products every month. That's how we do it. Okay? So we recruit and we sell. That's what we do. Okay? So you can qualify in 1 month by doing 4,500 points in 1 month, or you can do it in 2 months, or you can take 3 full months. That's how you qualify as an executive. All right? Once you qualify as an executive, now you move to the middle part of the plan, right here. All right? Now you're an executive in Nu Skin. And as an executive, you can get paid 9 to 15% on your total group volume. That's what you get paid on. All right? So all of a sudden, your income jumps. You go from maybe a few $100s a month to maybe $700 a month. Maybe you even go to $1,000 a month. And the reason you're able to increase your income substantially is because you've increased your leverage. You've increased the number of people that you're now getting paid on part of their efforts every month. This is where leverage comes in, right? In the real world, when all you have is a job that you're working every day, you have no leverage. It's all you. You have to show up every day and do your job. And if you ever stop showing up, then the income stops. Okay? You are the focal point. You're the only one that your income completely depends upon, right? Is that true? Yes, that's the truth in a job. Okay? So what you want to do is, you don't want to just be the only person generating your income. Okay? That's why New Skin's so powerful. Because as you build an organization, you're getting paid a little bit on what a lot of people are doing. Does that make sense? And if you're really successful, you can build thousands of distributors and get a little bit of what they do every day. Okay? Yesterday, I said in the meeting that I've built teams all over the world now. And people wake up and they take a shower. And they use my shampoo, they use my body lotion, they use my vitamins, my protein shakes, right? Well, of course, they're using it for themselves, but I get a little bit, a little piece of all that product consumption every day, all over the world, right? So it doesn't matter what I do anymore. My network is so big that my personal activity every day is nothing compared to the total activity of the entire organization around the world, right? So that means that I'm not necessary anymore. I can do whatever I want to do and the money's still going to come in every month. There's nothing I can do to stop the money. I can't stop it if I wanted to. Right? Do you see how powerful that is? Okay, that's totally different than you working a job and it all depends on you showing up every day. It will never work. It's impossible. It can't ever work, okay? You're just going to get paid whatever they're willing to pay, and you'll pay your bills, and you'll never have any money left over, and you'll never have anything. That's the point. Okay, so that's why this duplication is so important, that you teach the right things so that your group grows and your group spreads, and it goes outside of your own city to other cities, and eventually can go to other countries because you can utilize the system. The system's already in place, right? Today, you may be here in the audience and you may be saying to yourself, well, Nathan could do it because Nathan was a successful businessman already. But I'm not a successful business person. You know, maybe I'm just a housewife. And maybe I don't have much confidence and I don't think I can do, you know, what these leaders do in New Skin, right? Stop that thinking. Guess what? You have the system to help you. The system is the great equalizer. The system is what makes the playing field level for everybody. No matter who you are, no matter what your background is, if you will just use the system, it will take you to the place you want to go. If you don't want to use the system and you want to try to do it all on your own, you want to come up with a new way, a new presentation, a new system, good luck. Okay? Good luck to you. Because you probably won't be around very long. All right? So I don't care if you're educated or uneducated, male or female, okay? Successful or not successful. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you have desire in your heart that you want to change your life, and you're willing to be humble enough, be obedient enough to follow the system. Okay? That's all you have to do. Don't change. Don't deviate. Make your first million our way. Okay? After that, you can do whatever you want, but you'll probably keep doing the system. Okay? All right. So, middle part of the plan. 9 to 15% on your total group. Okay? All of a sudden, you're going to have leaders emerge underneath you. And these people are going to want to become executives just like you did. Because they want to increase their income. because they have distributors on their second,